Hi everyone. Hope you're all doing okay, and thank you for joining us today. I'm excited to announce our very own WhatsApp solution for any customers of FLG. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes before I proceed, as I can see some people are still joining. So I'll just give it maybe a few more seconds. Yeah, I think we'll get going. So just to cover what we'll be talking about today, we'll go through some of the introductions to the team involved. We'll then go through the partnership between FLG and CM and how that came about. Also go through how WhatsApp can help your business and the benefits to using WhatsApp, how the integration is going to work and what that entails. And then we'll go through a quick demo from the team at CM just to see how this looks. And then we'll go through the next steps. And then there's going to be a Q&A at the end. I know Trish is going to be answering some questions as we go along, but feel free just to note anything down because we can revisit it once the demo has been completed. Now, just to start off, I'll introduce myself first. My name is Wesley. I'm the account manager at FLG. I've been the account manager here for around a year now. Just for your information, if you are interested in this integration at all, I'll be the main point of contact. I'll also be sending out a follow-up email once this webinar has been completed, just with the relevant details that you'll need to progress this any further. I'll now hand it over to the team at CM just to introduce themselves.
Hey guys, so I'm Spike. I'm the country sales lead here in the UK for CM.com. I head up the region as a whole. We also have Tim Cummins with us, who's one of our senior technical consultants. So he helps us in terms of all of our integrations and onboardings with our customers, and has been working closely with Wes and the team in our FLG integration that we'll come on to. And we also have Trish with us today, who's one of our account managers. So she supports Wes in the day-to-day projects and support for our customer base.
Thanks, Spike. Yeah, no, just to go into the story really about how this partnership came together. So I'm sure as some of you may be well aware, FLG is part of a bigger company called ClearCourse. CM have actually been a close partner to ClearCourse as a key messaging partner for around 4 years now. Since there has been quite a large demand for a WhatsApp solution, it just felt like a natural step to get those involved. I don't know if there's anything you want to add on to that, Spike.
Yeah, sure. So just for everyone on the call, for who CM.com and who we are. So we're a tech company. So we've been running it for around 26 years now, operating in the conversational commerce space. So we kind of support, we have a single sort of unified platform that combines messaging with marketing and customer contact as well as AI automation. So we've been running for a long time now across over, I think, 100 countries. And we've been sort of working very closely with ClearCourse over the past 4 years, as Wes is saying, and then really just helping to support with the solutions that we've actually already built, rather than getting all of your customers and businesses to have to rebuild this. We've got a great solution that integrates really well into FLG and the ClearCourse group, and yeah, got a great opportunity ahead of us to hopefully work together.
Yeah, thanks, Spike. So yeah, now we'll just get into exactly how WhatsApp can help your business, and how it can help your current process and customer journeys. Just a few examples here. We have the instant conversations that can replace slow form-based journeys. So some of you may be using web forms to get relevant customer information, to then obviously progress a deal or a product. Again, this can also replace things such as email, which can be quite slow and repetitive, bit of back and forth. We can also have the frequently asked questions and quick reply set up when using WhatsApp, which just helps handle repetitive inquiries instantly, which just basically frees up your staff's time and obviously makes the customer's journey a little bit more efficient. You can also have the shared inboxes and templates, which can spread knowledge across teams. Basically what this means, Spike and Tim will be going into this a little bit later, but on the CM platform, you do have an area where you can basically collaborate on specific customer queries. So you might need help. You can sort of add notes to a specific customer query and get help from the team. Also helps review your current processes and see what's working and what isn't. The most important section here would be obviously the faster responses, which improve engagement and conversion rates. As I'm sure some of you are well aware, speed is what wins you your deals. And something to also think about is that some of your competitors are probably already using WhatsApp. So if you want to obviously beat your competitors on speed, it's something that you may need to think about and somewhere that you may need to obviously get in contact with your customers from. Now, WhatsApp for Business, there's a few sort of functionalities and ways that you can use it that you might not be aware of. So it enables real-time messaging for personalized customer conversations. What that means is you can obviously have your own branding and logos sort of implemented onto your profiles when using WhatsApp. You can use things such as automation, rich media, which is a big one. So you may need to sort of you can send documents, images. As you can see there, we can have like carousels and buttons and quick replies on top of that. Something else to point out is that there actually is 2 billion users over 180 plus countries. So more often than not, this is where your customers are going to be lying and where you're going to be able to obviously speak with your customers. A big one to point out would obviously be the verified and trusted and encrypted channel. This basically means it gives your customers more security. They know that they're actually speaking with yourself. You can have the verified tick next to your name. And I don't know if there's anything else that you wanted to add on to that, Spike.
Yeah, I think as you say, this is kind of the key thing, really. I think the verification is really where we believe it's a real opportunity for your businesses. So the fact that you're able to get that Meta verified tick, the fact that you're able to, if a customer was to click on your profile image or the profile name, they'd be able to find business information on the profile page of this WhatsApp profile. And that's the real, I think, the real advantage of looking at the future and, with customers more concerned about fraud and safety. This really gives us a great opportunity to kind of maintain that really nice personalized conversation on a great channel like WhatsApp.
No, definitely. I'm sure some of you might actually be wondering, how does this fit in to my business and how can WhatsApp be used? We've got a few use cases here, such as promotional messaging. So it can be used for renewal reminders, new service launches, seasonal campaigns, etc. But this is obviously going straight into their WhatsApp inbox and isn't being clouded by the normal email noise that you would see. Obviously, you can obviously bypass the issues where emails can sometimes land into your customer's junk. We also have the client surveys and feedback, so you can gather feedback from clients after key milestones. Something that some of you might find tricky is when you're trying to get feedback from some customers, especially when you're doing that through chasing over email or phone. You might not always get the feedback that you want. Obviously, this takes time out of the customer's time. So when you're reaching the customer somewhere that they're already familiar and somewhere where they're easy to get access to, you're more than likely going to get that feedback. We can also have automations that are used for appointment and case updates. So you might have documents that you need to be sent out in order to progress a deal. So if you're a mortgage advisor, for instance, you can have these reminders being sent out, which can obviously keep the deal progressing. And then we have the two-way communication. You can handle inbound inquiries, qualify new leads, and then automatically route those conversations to the right advisor, which again, it just improves the staff efficiency. Now, we have some stats here which actually compare how WhatsApp compares to your traditional channels such as phone call and email. The two big ones that stand out to me here are the open and answer rate and the response rate. As you can see, they're dramatically higher than what a phone call or an email would be. I mean, a whopping 98% for the open and answer rate is unreal, really, when you're talking about how we connect with customers in the sales world. 98 of 100 messages are going to be seen, so you know that your money's being well spent. There is a few other things here to go through. The agent efficiency, you can have multiple chats at once. We have the rich content, which we sort of touched briefly on in an earlier slide. You can have the images, videos, buttons, and carousels, depending on how you obviously want to work. Again, this just improves the customer's experience. And again, yeah, you can have the personal feel, which can sometimes not come across on a phone call or an email. We're going to be going into the actual integration side of things and how this works now. first of all, we're going to be seeing how this integration works from CM side. So I'm going to pass it over to Spike just for now, just so we can obviously talk about how this works on CM and how this actually connects to FLG.
Thanks, Wes. Okay, so this slightly complicated diagram here, just I'll hopefully help make it nice and clear to you all. So this is our kind of joint engagement platform architecture. So if you're looking at sort of the center here on the left-hand side, this is CM's overall platform as a whole. So at the top, you'll see our channels. So we'll highlight in a moment the WhatsApp channel, but we also have Instagram, Facebook Messenger, emails, push notifications, SMS, RCS, and voice. So we're able to be across an omni-channel solution here to be where your customers are at the right time and on that right channel. We then have our kind of our AI automation layer through our AI agentic studio. And then coming down to the application layer, we have our marketing cloud, which is where we have the ability to help you do outbound campaigns to all of your customers. But within that marketing cloud, whether you need that integration into FLG, we have our service cloud in the middle, and that's our kind of omni-channel agent inbox, the customer contact center solution that we have available, and web conversations, which is where we can then, if you want to, have the solution on, say, as a chatbot on your website as well. And that from an orchestration layer, we have the conversational router, and that's kind of where we move then into the right-hand side of this diagram, where we integrate both into the ClearCourse Messaging Plus gateway from a messaging perspective, but also into the FLG software. So from an FLG perspective, working together in our partnership, we're able to provide you with all of these solutions that help support you as a business to be able to contact your customers on a channel like WhatsApp. And then either both from an outbound perspective, or if you're looking for a two-way communication channel, rather than you guys needing to build out these solutions, we've got a great piece of software available that enables you guys to interact with your end customers, both through the CM solution, but ensuring that we keep that data flowing freely between FLG and the CM platform. And then coming on to the next slide here, what we're just going to be highlighting today, just the two areas. So we've highlighted WhatsApp as the key channel. And in the demo that we're going to be coming on to shortly, we're just going to showcase the Service Cloud as well. And just to introduce Service Cloud. So as I mentioned, so Service Cloud merges your customers' favorite channels. This is our omni-channel inbox. It also pulls in the customer data. So this is our FLG integration that we're going to be showcasing shortly, and all of your service conversations into one easy to use inbox. So the ability of this is that it allows you guys to, your teams to have a full overview of all of your customer conversations in one place, enabling your agents to work more efficiently and reduce those wait times for your customers. Looking a little bit closer into the platform. So here on the left-hand side, you'll see a screenshot of our customer conversation view. And what we've done here, we just highlighted in that red, that dashed line there. This is our customer data panel. So within the customer data panel, we've built a seamless integration between the Service Cloud and FLG. And you'll see here, we're able to pull in the customer profile information. So this is where we can pull information from FLG for the likes of, say, the name, the phone number, email address, perhaps how many orders, or the owner from who's managing that lead or that contact, the status that they're in, and then also the ability to actually have a URL there. So if you click that link, that would then open that out into FLG. So what we're looking at in this position is essentially how easy it is to have that customer contact and that customer communication on a channel like WhatsApp, and then how that can seamlessly integrate into FLG to ensure that you have one source of truth for all of your data, all stored within FLG.
Yeah, thanks, Spike. Yeah, now that we've managed to see what that looks like on CM side, just obviously sure some of you are well familiar with this screen here, just showing you what this would look like on FLG side. So as you can see, we have the outbound and inbound messages that are coming in instantaneously whenever a conversation is had inside CM. If we go to the next slide, we can also have the integration work so that if a conversation is archived, it would then bring through the full conversation into OneNote. Obviously, this is all just to keep all of your information in one place. It keeps all of your channels in one place. I know a lot of you will be sending SMS and emails out directly from the lead at the moment. You also have your call recordings there. It's just obviously to make the integration as seamless as possible. And again, we're always open to taking any feedback as to how you want the integration to work. Now, instead of just talking about it, I think we'll go into the demo now. It's going to be presented by Tim and Spike. So I'll just pass it over to them.
Thanks, Wes. Great. So for the demo, what we've produced today, we've produced a short video just to try and help simplify exactly how it works, both from an end customer experience. So what we'll be showing is to start off that first customer view, how it looks on WhatsApp and how that's going to come to life. We're then going to dive into our mobile service cloud to showcase how that looks from an agent's perspective. So we're actually starting to see both the front end of how a customer communicates with your business, but then also from an agent's perspective, how that dashboard looks, how a customer conversation window works, but also how that integrates with the customer data panel into FLG that we just touched upon. So I'll be taking the first part here of showcasing the customer view, and then I'll hand over to Tim, who'll take you through a bit more of the agent view behind the scenes. Okay. So first up, this is where the end user will get a notification on WhatsApp. So here you'll see at the top, we have our CM demo profile. This is where your business name will be with a verified tick. Here we've got an introduction message, which has got an image and says, "Hi, Andy, thank you for your interest in the FLG insurance. We have a team available on WhatsApp who can help you." Here there's a quick reply. So the person just has to click that button once. Yes, let's chat. We've then integrated an automated message. So this allows you to create automated responses that go back to the customer almost instantly to let them know that we're looking for the right person to speak to them based on their input. We've written here that we typically reply within 1 minute. The next message you'll see is it says, "Hi, welcome to WhatsApp chat. My name is Tim, and that's the agent, and I can help you with the quote. Are you looking for home or vehicle cover?" So here, Andy then enters their own message. It can be whatever they want. They've written home cover. So in this instance, this is where this message is on a personal device. This is the person having a conversation with the business, and they're having that two-way communication at this stage. What we're then waiting for, the beauty of WhatsApp is that you have a 24-hour conversation window, so the person can reply back when they want to at the right time for them. We see the reply saying, "Great, how they can help you further?" And I'll hand over to Tim, who will talk through the agent view.
Thanks, Mike. So what we're seeing here on the left-hand side is the agent inbox, and the right-hand side is the video that we saw just now. So it's exactly real time. The message is coming in. Andy's clicked on the message, read the message. He clicks on the let's chat, and that message then you see has come into the agent inbox on that left-hand panel, which is your overall messages view. Clicking into that message, you can see 3 different panels. The left-hand side is the messages, the whole conversation between Andy and the agent, and the agent there has used a quick reply to very quickly send a canned message back to Andy to say that's his name and what can we help you with. So this goes back to what Wes was saying about speed of response. It makes it really easy to quickly respond and reply and have a conversation. Andy sent the message back saying home cover, and now Tim as an agent here is responding at the bottom left-hand corner with his own free text message that he can write now with absolutely anything to answer Andy's question. So immediately they have like that two-way conversation, replying and giving any information. So that's exactly the same process that we had with Spike. We saw. If we dig in deep into the Service Cloud, in the middle panel is where things about the conversation occur. So in this instance, the agent Tim is typing in a message, an internal message saying that he needs some help with his cover, and he's looping in Spike, his manager, to ask for that help. He sends that message out, and that would appear in Spike's agent inbox. But he's not finished there, because what you can also do here is to type internal notes into this middle panel. So he's making a note that Andy's renewal is expiring in 3 weeks' time. When he submits that note and into the middle panel, he can then pin that message. You'll see a little pin icon there, and now that appears in the left-hand panel as a pinned message, so anyone else who comes in can take a look at it. We can link out to FLG by clicking on that URL on the right-hand side, and as Spike and Wes said earlier, that takes you directly to the profile within FLG. So there's no searching for that particular person. and we see all of the messages, the inbound and outbound messages, along with all the profile information that you're very familiar with already within that single profile. Clicking on any of the messages, you'll see the full message body, so you don't have to go back to the Service Cloud if you don't want to. However, within the Service Cloud, there are some additional features you might find useful. There's an ability to snooze conversations for a certain amount of time. So if you sent a message out and you want a response, but you don't want to have that message clogging up your inbox, you can snooze for a day. If you're going on holiday or be away, you can forward the whole conversation to one of your colleagues to make sure that the conversation isn't missed while you're away. So nothing gets dropped in the cracks between the pavement, so to speak. Finally, if we go back to the dashboard, you'll see here a couple of other features. If I'm going to be out of the office, I can set myself to being offline. So currently online, I'm receiving conversations. Offline, no conversations will be assigned to me. They'll go to one of my colleagues. Again, making sure that none of your customers get missed in any of the conversations. From this main dashboard panel, you can see certain bits of information. One of the interesting bits is the full list of people as well that you're responding to. Okay, that's the overview of the mobile service cloud.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, on to our next slide, Spike.
No worries. So that kind of gives you a very top line view of how essentially the customer view works and how the agent view works. I think there are, key thing to mention, I know Wes will finish on this, but if there is a requirement for a tailored demo to understand a specific use case, we can of course look at doing separate sessions on those to sort of really dive into the detail of what you guys require. But looking at the FLG and CM sort of guided onboarding process, we just wanted to showcase how straightforward it is to get onboarded with WhatsApp. So we've got a kind of here a 5-step process to cover. So first up is where we have to submit information on behalf of your business into with your WhatsApp business account. So this is where we verify essentially the information that you provide with Meta to get that account approval. From there, we then do the access and verification. This is where we request that you guys accept that CM and FLG can send on behalf of your business, and that's done through the business verification process with Meta. CM.com are a business service provider for Meta, so we're a verified partner in terms of ensuring we can get you guys set up. From there, we then look to get the WhatsApp profile set up and a phone number and display name associated with that. One of the beauties of WhatsApp as well is the fact that you do have the ability to have more than one profile if that would be of use. So for some of our customers, they may have a WhatsApp profile for customer support. They may have a WhatsApp profile for internal communications, or they may have a WhatsApp profile perhaps for sales. So you have the ability, if there is a need that you want to have different profiles that can handle different types of conversations in your business, it's very straightforward to get that set up. And within Service Cloud, we can also do smart routing. So we can actually route different profiles to different teams within Service Cloud. So if that's of use, that is something that we can absolutely consider. And then finally, on this slide, we just have the phone number verification. So this is where we have to have a business telephone number, which either we can help provide you, or if you have a business telephone number.
Okay, I think Spike has dropped off somehow. Is that everyone?
I think he's back.
Am I back? Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's okay.
Still not sure what happened. Where did you catch me to?
The phone number verification, pretty much.
Phone number verification. Yeah. Sorry, guys, just dropped that.
No worries.
So basically just where we then require a one-time password to verify that your business is associated with the WhatsApp profile. And then you're essentially ready to send off the back of that. So what we then finally have to do is set up some pre-approved messaging templates that we do with Meta. So we essentially make sure that we've got the right messaging template set by Meta from their point of view, and then we can then start sending messages on your behalf. This typically takes between 3 to 5 days to onboard for a WhatsApp profile. So it's a very quick process and we can do it really fast with the team at FLG. And in terms of the Service Cloud and FLG integration, we expect that to take between sort of 5 to 10 working days to ensure we've got it set up and we've trained your team with training sessions to ensure you know how to use the platform.
Yeah, thanks for that, Spike. I mean, yeah, I think it's just be good to wrap up exactly why WhatsApp works. I think the main theme that's been mentioned a few times is obviously that speed wins leads, and WhatsApp really helps with that, with the automated responses, the open rates and the response rates. It's all there, obviously, to help you succeed. Again, just to reiterate, conversations that convert, pretty similar to what I've just said, really. From the first inquiry through to renewal, every touch point is connected. Again, you're contacting people where they're already familiar, and in a place that's really easy for them to respond from. And again, service that scales. The CMs.com service cloud and FLG integration gives agents a single inbox for every WhatsApp conversation. So it's built to scale with you. The CM platform can obviously handle that, and then we can obviously work on the integration as needed. So that just about really wraps it up for today. I mean, if we just go over the next steps for anyone that might be interested, you can book a tailored demo in for your business. I'll be sending up a follow-up email after this call. We can go through the next steps there. Just go over how it can fit into your current processes, review the FLG integration in a little bit more detail, and then just discuss rollout options then. I think that leaves us a little bit of time now for any questions. I know Trish might have been answering some as we've been going along, but yeah, if anyone has any questions, now's the time to ask.
Well, Trish, do you want to maybe start with some of the questions that I think were sent earlier today?
Just about to say, so we've got a few questions come in via email. I think some of these questions will be quite beneficial for the rest of the group as well. So one of the questions was, how long does it take to typically onboard WhatsApp?
No worries. Yeah, so hopefully I touched upon that just on the last slide there. So as I say, so each WhatsApp profile typically takes, I would say, 3 to 5 working days, both working closely with your businesses and then with Meta's approval process. Assuming that that's as straightforward as it is, and we have a fairly straightforward onboarding for Mobile Service Cloud, that, as I say, typically takes between 1 to 2 working weeks.
Nice, thanks, Mike. And are you able to automate conversations within WhatsApp? And can you hand over to agents if escalated?
Absolutely. So we do. We haven't covered it in today, but within that sort of architecture diagram, we have the ability to automate conversations with WhatsApp. So utilizing Halo, which is our agentic AI studio, and also through scripted chatbots. So we do have the ability to look at automating conversations, so how customers interact with your businesses. If you don't have teams on the ground to be like agents to be able to handle customer conversations, we can absolutely look to automate those. And then we can also handle escalation flows as well. So if you're looking to, for example, a customer wants to escalate and they say, look, I want to speak to an advisor, we have the ability to route those conversations through to agents as well. So yes, the answer is yes to that. And if you do have any questions about how we automate, we can look at doing tailored demos just to showcase how that can work for your business.
Perfect. Another question that came up is AI integrated within the platform?
Yes. So as I say, so our Halo agentic AI studio, we've now integrated this across both our mobile marketing cloud and our service cloud. So one way in which we didn't quite touch upon it today, but we have an AI assistant. So we have the ability to load in knowledge from your business. So if you have, we can crawl website pages, we can crawl documents. So if you have PDF documents or information like regular FAQs that get asked, we could look at loading that in, and then from there, we have the ability to give suggested responses to agents so that they can then load that in and get support if they're not, maybe for new members of the team, but also how it could support you with maybe more complex questions, perhaps let's say legal questions that regularly get updated. You want to make sure you have consistency. We have the ability to add that as well.
Perfect. Can you share some examples where customer service is fully being handled via WhatsApp?
Yeah, of course. What we could do off the back of this, I think Wes has mentioned he's going to follow up with a session with an email off the back of this. Yeah, we can also link out to some customer stories of where we've got customers using WhatsApp for customer service.
Brilliant. And how is customer data handled under GDPR? Do you have an ISO certificate?
Yeah, so one of the big things, we know how important it is to be GDPR compliant, and also from a ISO certificate perspective for businesses as well, from an enterprise point of view. What we can do is we can share our Trust Center, which is publicly available on our website, which has all of our ISO certificates and our GDPR compliant documentation that then essentially just showcases how that works. We're also, as I say, a partner with FLG and ClearCourse. So we have the contracts between us both, which ensure that we're following each other's policies that we're both have with each of our customer bases. So yes, we can look at supplying that if that's required for anyone.
Perfect. Thank you, Spike. Those are the questions I got in via email. I can see there are a few questions in the QA and in the chat.
Okay.
There are a couple of questions around costs. We can probably share costs via email. Each of our kind of packages are quite tailored depending on your use cases and needs, so we can dive deeper into those if that's needed.
Yeah, and again, like I've said, I'll obviously be sending a follow-up email. So I mean, if you can, there's going to be a little bit of a fact finding there. So if you can answer those questions, we can probably get you a quote pretty quickly. Is there any other questions, Trish?
Yeah, we had a question from Steve about a little bit more detail on the difference of normal WhatsApp versus WhatsApp for business. Are there any differences?
Yes, so the WhatsApp Business API, or Tim, were you about to?
Yeah, no, so
jump in
I can take
there?
this one if you want.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure, go for it.
yeah, there are basically three flavors of WhatsApp actually available. There's the WhatsApp that we all know and love when we communicate with our friends and families. There's personal WhatsApp. There's WhatsApp Business, which is for small sort of like, I would almost say, sole traders. And then there's WhatsApp Business Platform, and which is what we're talking about today. And the WhatsApp Business Platform utilizes APIs to send and receive messages, and that's where CM come in. We consume these APIs and then provide a system that our customers can use to send those messages, and a platform, the agent inbox, where you can receive and export those messages. Meta themselves have put some, I wouldn't say restrictions, but have made the channel, they want to keep it as clean as possible without spam being on it. So they've got some elements in there to prevent spam, predominantly templates for starting conversations. So if you want to start a conversation with a customer, you need to use a template that needs to be pre-approved just once by Meta. Once you have this template approved and Meta agree that it's an applicable business case and not spam, basically, they will allow you to send via WhatsApp. So that's the main difference between personal WhatsApp and the business platform, is that Meta control it slightly more about preventing spam, which is actually a really good thing, because once you get spam on a particular channel, people don't really use it as much. Take SMS as an example. That's why WhatsApp is so much better, because Meta do control and effectively police the content that's being shared by businesses, so it remains at a high level and customers are engaging with that. Hopefully that answers your question.
Thanks, Tim. Lawrence has quite a few good questions here. One of the questions is, can I use the same number for FLG WhatsApp as I do for FLG text?
So I think
pick that.
Go on, you go, Tim.
Yeah, I'll say pick that. Yes, absolutely. I'll tell you the slight caveat. We'll need to check it first of all. But if you're using, for a WhatsApp phone number, it has to be able to receive a one-time password text back on it. If it can receive the one-time password, then you should be able to use that number for WhatsApp as well.
I think maybe just one thing to add to that is, whilst the number would be associated to the profile, the end customer would actually see your business name rather than the telephone number. So it would be in the profile information, but they would actually see your brand name over the number when the message comes in.
Perfect. Are you able to use WhatsApp calling as well as WhatsApp messaging?
Yeah, that's something that's recently come out, and CM support WhatsApp calling. I don't think it's in the scope of this particular integration yet, unless I know Spike or Wes if there's something else that we're going to be looking at.
Yeah. Well, if it's, as I say, as we look to do more of the tailored demos, if there's requests and requirements for each individual business, we're more than happy to discuss those and find a way. As Tim says, we have it integrated within the platform to be able to do WhatsApp calls. It definitely seems like a great way, again, to be able to call someone from a number with a branded profile. So I know that's a conversation we're having a lot with customers at the moment. But yes, if you have queries or questions, I'm sure we can reach out and set up a separate session to deep dive into that.
Another question is, do the conversations and logs get shown on the FLG history pages?
At the moment, what you would see on the from what you see is what we've shown you today. So notes are created within the FLG application, where you can see the message coming in, when it was sent in, and the direction. If there's any other information that you want to see in there, we can consider including that as part of that note if it's being passed from WhatsApp to us and further forward. If you want to look at granular information about each individual message, excuse me, whether it was read, delivered, or what the status was, within the CM platform, we have granular logs known as the message insights, where you could look at each individual message and see very detailed information about each message, inbound and outbound.
Thanks, Tim. And can the WhatsApp communications be controlled via the main FLG portal, the same as texts currently are?
Can you elaborate on that? Sorry, unless Tim, you've got an answer for that.
Yeah, no, I know. I imagine. I think I know what the question is. So at the moment in FLG, you can send text messages out from FLG. Presently, I think this is like integration V1, and so we've set up with into FLG the information, sending information between the two platforms. I think as we continue down, there might be the facility to send WhatsApp messages from FLG, but I think that's something that Wes, that you need to sort of, obviously, I don't know whether you've investigated this internally at your side, whether if there's a timeline for that or if it's a viable option.
Yeah, there's no concrete timeline as of yet, but again, it's something that we're more than willing to be open to. Again, as Spike said earlier, I think the way that this integration is going to work for each customer is going to be different. And I think once we get these tailored conversations put together, we can always work on how this integration is going to work for each different customer. So always open to requests.
Yeah. Thanks, Wes. Can we still run bulk contact campaigns through WhatsApp?
Absolutely, yes. So through we have a campaigns tool in our marketing cloud where you can run bulk campaigns, broadcast messages via WhatsApp. So once you have the WhatsApp profile set up, and as Tim mentioned, getting those marketing message templates approved, we can then look at sending out bulk campaigns, and that's no problem.
Thanks, Mike. A question from Stephen. Can our journeys be transmitted via WhatsApp? And if so, can a workflow be added similar to the workflows with email?
So the way that the workflows currently work in FLG, they're a bit separate to how they work in CM. Now, we have touched on it. There is automations that can happen inside CM. But currently, the way the integration works, it wouldn't be able to work directly with the workflows inside FLG. But again, it's something that I can always speak with the developers and see what kind of time frame or sort of work that would need for it to make it happen.
Perfect. Thanks, Wes. A new one from Lawrence. What if the clients do not have or use WhatsApp? Current workflows send text messages.
I can answer this one. We sometimes get asked this question by our customers, and typically regarding SMS fallback, i.e. if a WhatsApp message doesn't go through, you fall back to SMS. That's a thing in the API, but not in this particular scenario. Typically, however, we don't see many people not having SMS, not having WhatsApp. And it's generally good practice to get some sort of consent or opt-in for using WhatsApp. So people say they're happy to receive WhatsApp, and then you can differentiate your address books, your audiences, between those that do have WhatsApp, which is going to be most people, to those that don't have WhatsApp, and then you send those that don't have WhatsApp SMS messages. Hopefully that answers your question.
Thank you, Tim.
Right.
So those are the questions that came in. We do have a few minutes left. Does anyone have any other questions that they would like to get answered?
Good stuff. Well, that looks like it might be the end of the questions.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Oh, Lawrence, one moment.
Yeah,
One
it's
more
okay.
question. Video calls.
So video calls aren't supported yet on the WhatsApp Business API. So we don't have that currently available within Service Cloud. So at the moment, we haven't heard whether video call or when video calls will be released, but at the moment they're not available currently on the Business API from that point of view.
Thanks, Mike. What is the cost to set up and ongoing?
So I think maybe this is probably it's a key question to ask here. So I think the way that it's set up is really done based on the number of conversations or messages you're looking to send. So it's not one cost that fits all. So I think what would probably be best is if you are interested in following up, what Wes will do is Wes will probably ask a couple of key questions of how many conversations or messages you think you're going to be sending, how many agents you think you might require into Service Cloud and from FLG's perspective, and then the price would be tailored based on those parameters. So I think it would vary based on the scale or size of what your project would be looking at.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Perfect. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Brilliant. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. Well, thanks everybody. That's hopefully it's been a useful session, and thank you all for dialing in and listening.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to reach out after this call, I'm free most of the day, so just pop me an email, and then obviously wait for the follow-up to be sent out for all of the details and the recording of today, just if anyone needs to see it that hasn't been able to attend. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks all.